There's nothing like your first Mac. Here's what people online are sharing. At Dr. Rain says, everything is just so smooth and fast, I still can't get over it. Syncing stuff between my phone and this is just chef's kiss. At Mr. Incredible 488 says, Apple Silicon basically cures low battery trauma. That's how they felt with their first Mac. How will you? Introducing the all-new MacBook Neo. An amazing Mac at a surprising price. Find out more on apple.com/Mac.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's turn to Iran. If we don't have enough problems right here in New York City. We have Colonel Jack Jacobs with us. We've heard from Colonel Jacobs before, retired colonel of the United States Army, Medal of Honor recipient. Recipient of 2 Silver Stars, 3 Bronze Stars, 2 Purple Hearts. That is a true American hero. Let me ask you this, Colonel. I am trying to figure out what is going on with Iran. President says one day, we're going to wind down. 2 days later, I give you 48 hours or you're going to be decimated like never before. President says we have decimated Iran. They have no army, no military, no navy, but they're launching missiles that are going further than have ever gone before. President says we know about the Strait of Hormuz. Of course we knew about the Strait of Hormuz. But they have the Strait of Hormuz closed as if they put an iron gate across it. President said, well, I'm going to send naval ships, and the naval ships are going to escort the tankers. Except you can't, because then they'll bomb the naval ships. Where are we, Colonel? When is this over? How does it end? And what will we have achieved? Look into the crystal ball, Jack.
Well, Governor, the fact of the matter is that the expectations that the administration has for how this was going to go was wildly optimistic, and everybody, I think even the administration, certainly the military establishment advising them, knew this before this all began. It was clear that, and the president was warned that oil prices were going to go up dramatically because it was going to be difficult, if not impossible, to get oil through the Straits of Hormuz, the area contributing about 20% of the world's crude oil to refineries around the world. So that was going to pop up. The assumption was that it was all going to be over relatively quickly, although my guess is that he was militarily advised that the greater likelihood is that it was going to take some time. Third, the assumption was that bombing Iran was going to cause an internal revolution. The Iranian people were going to rise up. Matter of fact, he exhorted them to do this before the war began. And a miracle would happen and the theocracy would be over. Of course, that not only hasn't happened, it's not likely to happen because the independent variable here is the strength of the military establishment inside of Iran. I'm not talking about their missile capability or any other kind of tactical capability, but their stranglehold on what happens internally inside Iran. The military establishment and the theocracy have a symbiotic relationship, and there's no reason for any of them to give up the ghost, recognizing that there's much less patience in the West than they have inside Iran. So where is this going to end, and when is it going to end? Well, there's a cogent argument that says that the president is going to, at some point, say, well, we tried doing this. We told the Iranian people they had to rise up, and we're going to make it easy for them to take control. And we tried to assist them, and they didn't take control. And that will be, as they say in the cliche, his off-ramp. Talking now about the threats to to bomb Iranian power stations and so on. This is not likely to happen, and if it does, it's not going to have the desired effect in any case. As you said, nobody's interested in using their naval ships to escort commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz, because all ships are at great risk from relatively inexpensive munitions fired from Yemen, from Iran. So that's a dangerous prospect. And we saw what the general reaction was when some American bodies were brought home who'd been killed by Iranian missiles. And there's no doubt that the president's been advised that escorting ships through the canal, through the strait, is liable to wind up producing lots more casualties. And my guess is that he doesn't want that either.
Yeah, but Jack, you can't.
The likelihood is the president's going to walk away. That's the most likely.
Yeah, but how does he walk away and leave them with control of the Strait of Hormuz? I mean, how does he possibly explain mission accomplished?
Well, nobody's ever accused the president of being consistent. Nobody ever accused him of not being hyperbolic.
Yeah, all right.
He really doesn't have to explain anything. He'll just walk away from it.
2 points. Colonel, thank you very much for being with us. You have a good week. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Governor.
Thanks. Now, I think the Colonel is exactly right. I think the president has to find a way out of the war. The price of oil going up, price of gasoline going up, election coming up in November. This is a bad combination. And he's going to have to find some fig leaf to end the war and say, we accomplished something. We accomplished something. We didn't get regime change because the people of Iran were unwilling to do it. They had the opportunity. They didn't. The other thing, which was the supposed goal of the operation, was to end Iran's nuclear capacity, which, by the way, I believe was a totally bona fide goal, because a nuclear Iran is scary. It's scary for Israel. It's scary for the surrounding countries. It's scary for us. It is frightening. So we're going to destroy Iran's nuclear capacity. Good argument. The question is it true? Can we destroy Iran's nuclear capacity? Are we destroying Iran's nuclear capacity? And if we do destroy it today, what does that buy us? How long until they recreate that ability? That, my friends, is an important question. Because if you didn't end their ability to create a nuclear bomb, and they're now sending missiles further than they've ever sent them before, you really didn't accomplish anything.
Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy. On Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.